Mina omonate wabusi featuring Mpumbi baje sozuphinde. Our time now is 8 minutes past 5 o'clock to Sandra Tembi Masenile Kelebogile Wahakaje. Arutebli Mamadi Waka Revolution Jalo Le Sandra Zamata. Uteng, the Papuson House of Cosmo FM. Ribuakamana Harubuaka Sandra Zamata, internationally acclaimed life coach and counselor with a strong alignment to the field of psychology. 23 years experience as a global leadership specialist, developed executive leaders in 29 countries around the globe. Imagine. And we're talking about Kimangna, masters obtained from International Coaching Federation. Wow. Masters in neurology, neurologistic programming.
There we go. Neurolinguistic programming.
Yeah, no, really George level. What's that, Sandy?
So neurolinguistic programming, Sandra, is something really fascinating. To make it simple, it's about brain training and really maximizing everybody's ability to learn at their absolute best.
Okay, we're coming to that.
Okay.
She's a TV and radio personality, of course, the voice says it all. And an international KV model, having won your Miss KV Body South Africa 2019, Miss Congeniality.
That's it, Miss Congeniality. It's not an easy word. I know most people struggle with it.
I know.
Proudly representing Miss Curvy Body SA 2019 and Miss Congeniality.
Yeah, and Miss Gemini KV Model 2019. And then again, you are a global ambassador for Miss KV South Africa campaigns. No to bullying and body shaming.
Yes.
Of which is what we're going to talk about today. So this week we'll be tackling a very sensitive subject, maybe that is a lot of youth are struggling with. What do we do if we are bullied? In studio, we are joined today by Sandra Zamata. I've told you everything about her. You know her life already by now. Sandra, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sandra, and thank you so much to you and to Cosmo FM 90.5 for having me, and more importantly, happy Wow Man's Day to every single woman, and not just today, but the whole month of August. Let's celebrate and embrace our individuality.
Of course. Wow. You know what? We're honored to have you here in our studio.
Oh my goodness.
Very much so.
I'm even more honored, and I think what I want to do is send out, if that's okay.
Yes.
I think I want to send out a special thank you to all the phenomenal men that are in our lives. I know it's Women's Month, and most of the guys are saying but it's Women's Year. But a special shout out to all the beautiful and supportive gentlemen in our lives. I wanted to give a very big shout out to a cousin in the USA, Nicholas Vieira Martins.
Hi, Nicholas.
Hi, Nicholas from South Africa. He is in the US and he is such a gentleman. Last night he performed in the Providence Salsa and Bachata Festival, and if you see him dance, ladies, you will see what absolute Dancing with Stars looks like. And that was presented by Mambo Party in Providence. So well done, Nicholas.
Well done, Nicholas. Big up to you. Okay, so Sandy, why are you so passionate about running your No to Bullying campaigns?
Sandra, unfortunately in South Africa, around the world, and this is what I'm seeing every day, bullying is a widespread problem, and it can take a toll on everything from your self-esteem to your physical health. I see this as a counselor and a life coach on a daily basis, how bullying in any form, and that can be physical, emotional, psychological, cyberbullying, has impacted our society, especially our youth.
So how do you define bullying? Especially, I'm interested again in this cyberbullying as well.
Cyberbullying is big. I'm almost so paranoid to tell any parents, if your child has a cell phone, you need to be watching that cell phone. Just keeping them safe. But let's talk about, so what is bullying? What does it look like? So we know that it's defined as unwanted, aggressive behavior among school-aged children that involves a real or perceived power balance. And I want to talk about that. It could be a perceived power imbalance. If anybody feels unsettled or within themselves something is not right, that's probably bullying. And this behavior is repeated or has the potential to be repeated over time. So bullying for children is very, very difficult to deal with. It's really anything or any behavior that makes you feel afraid or degraded, and often it really makes a person feel so worthless. Unfortunately, especially as I've seen around recently, bullying can also stop you wanting to go out because you're scared that maybe your bully is going to be there.
That's very scary. That's very true.
Crazy.
Yeah. So now the biggest question: how do you identify a bully? Like, how do you identify if someone is being bullied, and how do you identify a bully?
So lots of ways, but here's some, I think for parents especially, some of the things that we can look at is for example, people calling you names that you're not comfortable with, you know, and we often... And, you know, they say it's joking. If it feels offensive to you, you need to say, I'm not okay with that title or whatever you're saying to me. Maybe they make things up to get you into trouble. Hitting, pinching, pushing, shoving, biting. And I see this a lot at schools. They were like, oh, we were just play fighting. You know what?
No,
play fighting is not allowed. It's not even funny.
Exactly.
They damage your belongings. Oh, we see this a lot. Spreading rumors about you. And even just making threats and intimidation. And you come back to cyberbullying. That's a big worry for me.
Hey, cyberbullying is worse, hey?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so now you mentioned the impact of bullying. Tell us more, please.
You know, people tend to forget the toll that it has on an individual, and I see this on a daily basis. I've heard of such destructive behavior that bullying brings out, and this includes things like depression, suicidal thoughts, or even attempts of suicide, self-sabotaging behaviors like, oh, this is going to really been a hard thing to talk about, but cutting. I'm seeing the youth cutting themselves.
No, hey.
It's really scary. They don't know how to let out that pain. So what they do is they hurt themselves because they're really just feeling so broken and so overwhelmed.
Oh, Asham, this is so scary. It's the sad truth, though. So, does this only happen among youth?
Sandra, you won't believe this. Bullying actually has no preference. In fact, did you know that most celebrities, like, wait for it, Steven Spielberg, Christian Bale, Taylor Swift, and even Bill Clinton all have one thing in common? Besides the fact that they were really famous and successful people in their own way, every single one of them were bullied growing up. But we have to tell you today, and we're saying this on the 9th of August from Cosmo FM 90.5. If you're feeling bullied, you need to know this. There is help. You are not alone. And do not feel like it's your fault.
True. That is true. So now, what can we tell about the psychological makeup of a typical bully?
That's such a good question.
Yeah.
So, you know, bullying statistics around the world have shown us that we can observe a sheer number of awesome people who've been bullied as kids. And they've got two things in common. The one is that bullying is very common. Studies show that nearly 1 out of 3 kids are bullied a year in South Africa. That's about 13 million children. Can you believe it, Sandra? And, you know, secondly, the qualities that make us easy targets for bullying is being seen as maybe you're different. People say you wear different things, you have different body shapes, and this is what Miss Curvy Body South Africa is really sending out. Our appeal is that beauty comes in all shapes and sizes.
Of course.
And everybody's beautiful, and, you know, maybe people have different beliefs, interests, and all the different things that make them interesting.
So, Sandra, isn't that bizarre that such a high premium is placed on fitting in throughout grade schools and high schools? It's so easy to forget that once you leave your schooling years, your success is based on your ability to stand out, to be different from the crowd, to be unique. So you need to stand out from everyone else.
It's incredibly bizarre. And, you know, we all have the birthright to two things, and those two things, and I'm fundamentally really focusing on trying to build this with our youth, is
Yeah.
the right to dignity and the right to respect.
No, that's true, hey. So you often refer to your 4 steps of model that can show your youth how to boost your self-confidence, protect themselves from harm, and find help. Where can they start?
Well, I'm so excited you mentioned my 4-step model. I've kept it very simple, and I find that it's highly impactful. You
Yes.
know, not just in South Africa, around the world. When I give this talk,
Of course.
I'm gonna teach you 4 power steps. So, children, youth, anybody listening, you want to take this down. Step number 1: own your magic.
Amen.
I like
Yes.
that. Own your magic. This isn't your fault that
Yeah.
you're being bullied. There's many reasons why bullies do what they do, but they have very little to do with you and a lot to do with the bully's personal issues. So don't start viewing yourself through your bully's eyes. You're just going to see an inaccurate self-portrait of yourself.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're hearing, what you're saying, but like it's very difficult to practice sometimes. So what is a simple and practical self-esteem exercise that you can suggest, maybe?
Well, you know, I love this one simple exercise, and you can do it anywhere, from any age.
Yes.
Kids, you get out there, do it, share it with your friends and parents, maybe support your kids. So there's a simple self-esteem exercise that I use often. And really, it's take a piece of paper, or it can even be the back of a carton or whatever that is,
Okay.
and write down all the great qualities that make you stand out from the crowd.
Ooh.
You know, maybe you get good grades in maths class.
Yeah.
Okay, that wasn't me, but I own it.
Yeah.
Maybe you're an amazing team player. Whatever it is, write it down on paper. Something about, you know, writing things down on paper, and it's part of that
That's
neuro-linguistic
very
program.
important. Yes. Okay.
You're kind of making it real when you make that commitment. And just, this is the person you actually are. So when somebody describes you in 3 sentences, what are the top 3 things you're great at? And this becomes part of your personal brand. And I do a lot of talks around personal brand, and I believe, you know, your brand is really who you are. And when people are talking about you and you're not in the room, that defines your personal
That's
brand.
true. Yes.
So get this, let's write these things down, and even if you put it in a little piece of paper and you keep it with you, the next time a bully makes you feel something less than this amazing collection of positive traits and talents, pull out this list. And you know what? You just need to do you.
Yeah, wow, no, that's powerful, eh? I wish they can do that. Because, like, you know, bullies actually, they are not powerful.
No.
Once you challenge them, you will see how broken they are. Because like they try to boost themselves through you.
Absolutely.
They're obviously like those people are broken already.
Yeah.
So they just need someone that they can boost their confidence with.
And you know, you're so right, Sandra, because as much as I'm help with tools and techniques on how to deal with bullying, I also work with bullies themselves.
Yes, of course.
And when you look past all of that behavior and all of that aggression, you'll find that there's a lot of sadness and pain from where their behavior is coming. We're quite happy to get them to stop the bullying.
Yeah. So you're always saying, all the time when you talk to me, you always say a bully is like a grizzly bear.
Yes.
What does that mean?
A bully is like a grizzly bear. No, I'm telling you, that's exactly how you should treat a bully.
Yeah.
If you're getting picked on. I always say this works, play dead.
Yes.
Play dead, ignore the bully.
Yeah.
This is perhaps the most recommended anti-bullying tactic, and this should be your first resort. Sometimes all a bully really wants is a reaction. So if you don't receive it, they might get bored and move on.
Hopefully it's not easy though, but like we have to practice that.
Absolutely. I also think that sometimes using a sense of humor helps. And you'll see, I think a lot of our youth have a great resilience and have built a sense of humor to alleviate certain situations. So if you can make a joke that points out how ridiculous the bullying is being, you might just confine the bully into silence. If that doesn't work, I need to tell you, always travel in packs.
Yeah.
Just like you should never go camping without a buddy system. Try not to get caught out there alone.
Don't go alone.
No, with a bully. Absolutely not. Stick close with your friends, it's really hard to get bullied.
Yeah.
When you've got your wingmen around you. And more importantly, get out of there. So this is your nuclear option.
Yeah.
If you find yourself alone with a bully who won't stop tormenting you, the second you feel unsafe or overwhelmed, find a way to take yourself out of that situation. Go find a friend and go get help. And I have to really say this to all the women and to every single person listening. We need to trust our instincts.
Yeah.
A lot of the girls that we deal with that have been raped or have been abused, always said, deep in my heart, I had a feeling something was wrong.
Exactly.
So
Your
always,
instincts will never lie.
that's it. Always trust your instincts. And you know what? Build up your army. So that's my third step. Build up your army. Surround yourself with people who really care about you and appreciate you for who you are.
Amen.
Yes.
Of course. So bullying is a very, very sensitive issue, Mameduaka. 24 minutes past 5 o'clock. We're talking to Sandra Damata. She is a Miss Heavy Body because like now, most people, the first thing that they will bully you about is your body, how you look like, you're so fat, or you're so thin, what you have, and all. Hey, do you understand? No, that's not cool.
It's not cool. And you know what? Anybody who does that is not cool, and it's not cool. So I feel sad for anybody who has to bully someone and body shame them, because it really speaks volumes about their character, not yours.
Not yours.
And you know what? If every day that we wake up and we're healthy, it doesn't matter what size or shape you're in, you're healthy, and be grateful for that. And speak out. Nobody has the right to make you feel unsafe, uncomfortable, unhappy. So find somebody that you trust, a teacher, maybe a guidance counselor, a parent, a friend. Tell them what's going on. I know some of the kids that I work with say, you know what, I really don't want my parents to find out.
I know.
So they can get really afraid of and that. And I always say there's always somebody to help. There's no reason why you should be tackling your bullying issues by yourself.
No.
And if you're not comfortable approaching anyone, I want to tell you about a really amazing resource that we have in South Africa. It's a 24/7 option. It's absolutely toll-free, and that is Childline. So you can phone Childline or Lifeline, and I'm going to repeat the number for Childline. You want to keep this safe. Either you're being bullied or you know somebody that is being bullied. Perhaps your child is being bullied and you're not sure how to deal with it. Call us. Childline, our number is 08000 55 555.
08000 55 555.
That's it.
55555.
Like it. High five.
Yeah, high five. Okay, Sandra, so what tips have you given us today? So if we can just wrap it up.
All right,
short.
let's wrap it up.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
So let's empower each other. Let's put a stop to bullying and body shaming.
Amen.
Number one, speak up, stand out, be proud. Don't be a bystander.
Yeah,
you know that 85% of bullying takes place in front
That's
of other
my
people.
problem. Nowadays we have this problem like, okay, something will happen, someone will bully someone, and then a person will take out their cell phones and take pictures and take videos and tag and post it on social media.
Absolutely, it becomes like a frenzy.
That's wrong. Sometimes that video that you took, it might help maybe the police or someone, but I think the priority is to help someone who's being bullied.
Absolutely, and don't be a bystander.
No.
But, be a buddy. Stand up for that person and say, stop that right now.
Yes.
Remember, you are not the problem, the bully is. You have the right to feel safe and secure. Tell your bully to stop. His behavior is unacceptable. And never allow yourself to be a victim. Accept no one's definition of your life. Define yourself. Own your magic. And I'm just going to repeat that toll-free number. If you want to talk to an adult confidentially, phone them on 08000 55 555.
So 08000 55.
That's it.
That's a very easy number.
It's an easy number.
Exactly.
And to all the ladies out there in Women's Month, I want to encourage you, be a strong wow man.
Yes.
Embrace your individuality.
Of course.
And lead by example.
Amen.
Guys, let's gather and believe in limitless possibilities. More importantly, know this, never give up. Oh my gosh, you can do anything.
Oh. With that being said, Reverend Sandra Jamacha, thank you so much. Sandra Jamacha versus Sandra Masikeli.
Cosmo FM 90.5 will never be the same.
You understand? Because I'm giving you nothing but the best. Thank you so much, Sandy, for coming here and blessing us. Like, thank you so much for the information. Because like now on, I think everyone who's listening, they know how to tackle a bully. Because like bullies, actually, they have nothing inside them. They are empty. They just wanna feel confident by bullying someone.
Absolutely. And you know what? If you need some sisters to talk to, we have an amazing group of ladies. If you just go onto the Miss Curvy Body South Africa website,
Yes.
we're actually we're doing auditions throughout the country.
Really?
And I'm encouraging every girl to
Yes.
enter. Yes. Absolutely, you qualify. If you have an amazing attitude and you want to show others that, you know what, nobody has the right to bully, and Miss Curvy Body South Africa embraces beauty beyond limits.
Exactly.
And watch our site on the first week of September. A few of us will be going to represent Miss Curvy Body South Africa in Spain.
Wow.
And competing with the top curvy models in Spain. And you know what? I say this to everybody. Watch out. Plus size girls are taking over the world.
Big madam. So which day exactly are you leaving, Sandy?
Okay, so we're going to be in Spain from the 1st to the 7th of September. So watch us on Facebook, on Instagram, and let's hold thumbs. This is the first time that South African contestants are going through. So, Amand Love, we want to make you proud.
Go on social media, where do we find you?
Okay, so on social media, you can find me personally under Sandra Damata. I also have a public page, Sandra Damata, and you will definitely find me helping out everywhere and supporting these type of causes at the Miss Curvy Body SA.co.za. And you have to come and apply. I promise you, these auditions are so much fun. And we have amazing leadership.
I'll be the first one to apply.
Absolutely.
After you, I'm maybe I am coming.
I just want to say a big shout out and thank you to our leader, Mapule, who's really believed in us, and she really brought Miss Curvy Body South Africa to the country.
Wow.
It's actually an international competition, and you know, you can even win Miss Curvy World. So I might see you guys up there on that stage. Yes, Cal.
Moment. It was like nowadays it's like they're recognizing the thick madams. Because
Amen.
like before it used to be like, no, you have to be 28, skinny to be a model. So nowadays, even myself, I can be a model.
Absolutely, and you're gorgeous. So it's not about your shape, your size, it's about your attitude. Attitude's going to determine your altitude. So I want to see all of you going onto the website. Come support us. Let me tell you, I entered as a joke and I never thought that I'd actually win. Miss Congeniality. I'm here anytime, and thank you again to Cosmo FM 90.5. Keep up your amazing work.
Thank you.